Hey, I'm Ed Kaine. I am taking you through this book called The Political Mind by George Lakoff. In a moment, I'm going to take you to the whiteboard. And the idea is, many of the ideas in The Political Mind really helped me early on to understand more about the different ways of thinking about conservatism and progressivism. So if you want to check, we're going to go over to the whiteboard and we're going to check out the idea between the nurturant parent and the strict parent or strict father, typical this kind of dichotomy, and how it explains a lot of stuff. All right, this is the first video. We're also going to talk, we're going to break this into 2 videos because we're going to talk about a specific issue in the second one. But anyways, let's check this out. This is The Political Mind, really great book. I have bought multiple copies of this by now and given them to friends. This is a key book, but one of the key concepts in this is this idea of how you can understand the difference between a conservative thinker and a progressive thinker. So, and it gets broken down in the 2 types of parenting models that we could think about. So if you were to think about parenting just in a very simple way, you've seen those kind of tough, you can think of like a strict parent, right? Kind of, and often strict father, this idea, and then a nurturant parent. What is the difference between a nurturant parent and a strict parent? Okay, if you think about this in just very simple terms, what does the strict parent do? We associate these things with like spanking, punishment, taking things away, right? Punishment is a key thought on that side, but also favorite child, right? Trying to get that top seat in the family. What are you willing to do? So we've got this relates to this. So a nurturant parent, what's the nurturant parent thinking of? They're thinking of, well, how do I help my kids get, they might be thinking the same thing. How do I help my kids be great people, right? But they think in a different way. This strict parent, yeah, I want my kids to be great people. No, they're so annoying, right? I want my kids to be great people. They're annoying, but I love them. That's what they're going to do. I'm going to give you a story. This is the story of me being. I'm literally 2 rooms away from my kids, and they're playing around. I have twin boys, and they were quite young at the time. 2, 3, I guess they could be 3, 4, something like this. I'm not exactly sure. Suddenly someone's crying, right? Someone's crying in the other room. So I come in, and my one son's crying. My other son looks guilty. So at this moment, just think of what you would do. Take a breath. Notice what's going on. And some parents would quickly grab the guilty looking one, put him in the corner, or spank him, right? The corner is available, right? Quickly dealing with this. Help this one. And I could see there was no blood, there wasn't anything going on, and I came down and said, "Hey, bud, what's going on? What happened, guys?" And the one said, "He hit me in the face with the pants." So, oh boy. Well, so what do? One kid hit the kid in the face with the pants. Come on. If you're a strict parent, this kid's already over your lap and you're whacking him, right? This is not a good idea. This is a terrible idea. What's my next question? Okay, well, what were you guys doing? We were playing helicopters, and I was swinging the shirt, and he was swinging the pants, and the pants hit me in the face. Oh, wow. Jeez, how are you feeling? Are you okay? Oh, okay. My face. You think I was going to play the helicopter game? You know, I'm giving them hugs and just kind of like... So, literally, they're twins. I can't remember who was the victim and who was the, perpetrator in this situation because there isn't one, right? There's two kids. They're playing a helicopter game in a room that's too small for the helicopter game, and they're playing helicopters. So are they going to play helicopters again? Are you going to play helicopters again, guys? No way, I'm not playing it. They don't want to play the game anymore. That makes sense. They just solve the problem themselves. So what's the nurturing? The nurturing gets this good outcome because the problem's best solved by the people. Best solved by the people involved, right? But you got to support them, right? Problem solved by the people involved. If they don't know how to do it, then you're coming in as a nurturing parent and you're helping them out. What would have happened in this alternate universe where I said, okay, I'm spanking, I'm punishing, I'm doing whatever? Well, the child who swung the pants that happened to hit his brother would be going, but, okay, and this is what the tragedy is. Conservatives have a disability. If this happened to you and this is the spare the rod, spoil the child thing, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened to you. You can repair it. You can fix that for yourself. You can stop that for your children because it does have a negative impact on you. And what the problem is complex causation. So complex causation. Another George Lakoff, a Berkeley professor, idea is complex causation. Imagine when you're in a debate with a conservative, someone who might fit in this strict parent model, and you're talking about climate change. This really happened to me. Guy said, most of climate change is cows. The cow farts. Really? This is what he said. And so I quickly went, well, cows are man-made, right? Because we had been having this discussion that, is there a man-made effect? Well, are cows man-made? Well, physically, cows aren't made by man, but the opportunity for a cow to basically be able to forage on a protected spot of land is man-made. If there are no free cows, if there were a free cow, I would take my rope and it would become my cow. I would figure out how to get that cow and I would have a cow. So you see what I mean? So cow farts, yes, they're part of it. But if you are going to have a debate with someone and they're going to say, oh, look, cow farts did it. It's not our fault. We didn't do it. It's cow farts. So it's not, right? It's burning fossil fuels puts a lot of CO2, but methane is a higher, so they grab onto this. Oh, methane is a more important greenhouse gas. Well, sure, but where is it coming from? It's coming from, animals and cow farts. And believe me, there's a lot more cows than could be sustained in a wild situation. So if we're taking our children, so if you're doing your best and trying to be this, hey, once in a while, my gosh, we fail. We're not as good. Maybe you spanked your kids in the past. You can stop now. You can apologize. You can say, guys, I didn't have a tool for this. I didn't know how to help you. I took it as my problem. It's not it was this problem. Now I'm going to let you guys solve the problems, but I'm going to support you. I'm going to nurture you. So we'll talk a little bit more about this in another video because we're going to talk about why this divide, and it does also come from George Lakoff. These ideas have been amalgamation of a lot of people, but I think that George Lakoff is one of the first people to get me thinking this way. So hopefully you'll read that book. It's called The Political Mind. The Political Mind by George Lakoff. All right. Okay, well, check it out. We're going to jump right back here in a minute because I want to talk to you about another thing that is the flip side of this, which is religion and the abortion debate. I think it's an important one that fits very well into this model. Okay? All right. So check that video out. I'll have that link somewhere. Go ahead. If I can figure that out. Otherwise, it'll be served up to you at Conversation in Progress with Ed Kaine. Talk to you soon. Bye.